When you start Microsoft Project and you ask it for a new Microsoft Project file, you're given a blank file that is based on a template. That template is called Global. In fact, it's global.mpt, Microsoft Project template. Now, where that template is stored on your machine really depends on your installation of Microsoft Project. Now, you can see here in this little window I've got open, that's where mine is stored. C users temp app data roaming Microsoft MS Project 16N-US. And there's my little Microsoft Project file. So that's the template file used to control new Microsoft Project files. Now, in essence, you don't really need to know where it is. You just need to know of its existence so that you can manage its contents. In Microsoft Project, if you go to File, Info, there is an organizer that we can access from here. And this allows you to organize the global template because that's what the global file is called. If I click the organizer, we then have a number of sections, and these are all the things within your Microsoft projects. On the left-hand side, I see global.mpt, and on the right, I see the currently open project file, which happens to be project 1. So the first tab is views, and these are all the views built in already to your global.mpt file. There's no need for you to copy these views into project 1 because you can see there's a copy button there, because the fact that the global template is the basis for all these files, those views are always there for you to make use of. So the detail Gantt, the Gantt chart, the tracking Gantt, all things we've seen are already there in the global template. In the reports section, you can see the reports that are already there. And we looked at a few of these reports. Modules, there's nothing in the global.mpt and there's nothing in project 1. Tables, these tables are already available to you. There's a set of task tables and a set of resource tables. We've seen a number of these tables in action, the entry table, for example, the cost table. There are filters. Again, all these filters are already there, and we saw a couple of them when we were filtering, and there's a set of filters for resources as there are for tasks. Calendars, there's the default 3 calendars, 24 hours, night shift, and standard calendar. Now, the reason you have this ability to manage your global template is for the chances, the occasions that you create something of your own. So we saw that we could create our own calendars, and in fact, we created a part-time calendar. If you then wanted to make that part-time calendar available to all future projects, you could come into this organizer, select your part-time calendar on this right-hand side. For example, as I'm selecting the standard there, click copy, and then that becomes part of your global template. There's no need for you to do anything else other than when you exit Microsoft Project, you'll be prompted to save the changes to the global template. At that point, you will need to say yes, otherwise that new calendar will not be available in the global template. By adding it to the global template, it then becomes available to all future projects. As well as calendars, we have maps. Again, there's a number already built in. We saw the maps just recently in action when we were exporting to Excel. Fields, there are none built in. This is for custom fields of your own that you could then create in your project and copy across to the global so they're available to all future projects. And then groups, and there's a number of groups for both tasks and resources. So this is the organizer that allows you to manage the objects that exist within the global template, within that global.mpt file. There isn't really a requirement for you to know where that file is, except perhaps if you want to transfer that file to another machine or you want to back that file up, in which case you would need to search your file system for global.mpt. I can't really give you any indication of where to locate it because it will depend on the version of Windows that you're running, the installation of project that you've run. So the safest option is to go global.mpt in the search bar and see where it finds it. At that point, you can then take a copy of that file for backup or to move it to another machine. Perhaps it contains a number of views or a number of reports or some calendars that you would like to use on another machine. So anything you want to move from a currently open project file into the global template so it's available for everything, we use the organizer. We go to the particular section, perhaps the tables, we select a particular item, and then we copy it across to the global template. Obviously, you can see there are other options here as well. We can cancel what we've done, we can rename, or we can delete items. Be careful about deleting items from the global template, so here on the left, because once it's gone, you cannot really get it back without finding an old file that still has that table within it and then copying back to the global template. So do be careful about deleting things from your global template, unless of course you're trying to slim down the global template for perhaps a corporate machine that you don't want to give all these choices to. You don't want all these choices of tables. You don't want all these choices of views. You want specific 2 or 3 views and a number of tables. You can delete them away, and then anyone using project on that particular machine will only have that limited choice. So you're in charge. Organizer is up on the file, info, organizer, and then you'll be able to make changes and move items in any of those sections between the currently open project file. And if you have more than one open, you can choose this drop down here. So I can choose my kitchen, for example. We see that has a lot more items within it. And then you can move things between that particular project and the global. You can even change that from global to any other open file. And then you can move things between open project files rather than using the global template as a go-between. But ideally, this organizer is for controlling what you get in the global template and therefore having that available in all future projects.